Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Mema obi biara kwaba eba PENDREAM TV. Say we new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and click on notification bell no so. Like edwumadi no na share ma afofron so ensa enkabi. Kennedy Akompreko Japan Asin Central MP. Oko Parliamentary, I think the Defense and Interior Committee na oye chairman. Na ye granted an interview ewo City TV. Efa presidential race. Wafa to no say MPP for engine into na Ghana for ento Abamano. No me president of the Republic of Ghana. Na Kennedy Akompreko Japan eko PM City TV no. Journalist or interview no he through powerful questions Emma Kennedy Akompreko Japan Emma Kennedy Akompreko Japan so na no and I say Emma no ano ye two questions na journalist no etumano no City TV journalist no ekasafa Kennedy Akompreko Japan attack on journalist na Kennedy Akompreko Japan enkasa yemu no he broke silence on the opam Justice Kweku Annan Efree Netu. Na osan kasafa one Afia Schw omo beef bia omonya ya etwam na mepesa obeka me hone yakotie ensema ekoso ana ensema Kennedy Akompreko Japan editodra. Ansa na beka no subscribe to channel na click notification bell no so. Like edwumadi no na share ma afofron so ensa enkabi. PENDREAM TV was another platform my friend PENDREAM Forum. Hono yaje wadrenchre on matters arising in Ghana. Send a video or an audio to your message for number ya eda screen so no. Yebe publish ama amansign so ate wonka. And don't forget say ube subscribe to PENDREAM Forum. Number na eda screen so ne 0277 128 777. Yentie exclusive interviewer Kennedy Akompreko Japan Echo have ewo City TV.
My guest on Face to Face is one of the few people to have been charged with treason some years back. He is a 63-year-old father of 22. He is member of Parliament from Asin Dompen, that's his village, but he represents Asin Central. He used to represent Asin North. Now he wants to be flag bearer of the MPP and possibly president. The Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan. You're welcome to Face to Face.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Are you stressed on the campaign? I know you campaign, but you're just in a constituency. Now that you are doing national tour, is it too stressful or it's fine?
Oh, it's fine because I've done it for a long time, campaigning for other presidential candidates, and also, so I'm fine with it.
So far, it's good.
Yeah.
I see. You don't look at it and like, me cry, why the sumami, me bahabe, and you don't ask yourself sometimes when you go through the rough terrain to do this campaign.
We are all human beings. Sometimes it clicks. Now you begin to ask yourself questions. Why do I even have to do this? Especially when you see the number of businesses that I have and I don't have time to manage it now. Then it comes to mind. Such questions come up.
Mm. People call you a maverick. Others say free your mind. I say you're the Donald Trump of this race. What do you call yourself?
I call myself as the people's man. You see, when you talk of business and you say Donald Trump, I agree. But if you tell me in politics I'm like Donald Trump, I disagree.
Why?
I disagree because I've been in politics for about 32 years. Donald Trump was typical businessman and he decided to run to make a change, which I agree with him. But some of his policies were too harsh to ordinary citizens in the country. But when it comes to Kennedy Japan, I always think of the ordinary people first and not the higher class. You know, in America, Republicans, we have something in economics called Reaganomics. Reaganomics, Reagan at his time wanted to build the high class, giving them good money to establish businesses. But they failed because when they empowered them with all these resources, they ended up going to holidays, expensive vacations and everything. So we call it Reaganomics. Although MPP, we are aligned to Republicans, naturally, I'm a Democrat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So in your heart, you are Democrat?
Yes.
By your party. Why? What about Democrats do you like that you want to replicate in Ghana?
Say, Democrats, they always make policies that takes care of the ordinary people. And the Republicans, you know, sometimes their decisions are very tough and it does not favor the ordinary people in society.
So you're not a conservative?
I'm not. And I'm not a socialist. I'm liberal.
You're liberal?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the difference.
Yes.
Because I was going to say, then why not with the National Democratic Congress
I'm
in
not
Ghana?
a socialist. I'm liberal.
You've always been, do you have NPP in your family, or you are the first person to really join the party?
I'm the first person.
What did your family think about you joining politics, and for that matter, the Blue?
Well, you know, to tell you the truth, my father was in full support. My mother couldn't take it because of the insults and all those things. And to break the news to you, my mother died because of threats on me. When Honorable Collins Dada threatened, his brother threatened to kill me. And I remember my mother died on the 13th of November. On the 10th, I visited her and she was pleading with me to stop politics because they said they're going to kill me, and Kwame, you will kill me, Kwame, you will kill me. That was Thursday. I think Friday, I left for Kumasi, and Sunday afternoon coming back to Accra, I got the bad news that my mother had died, because she was saying, my heart, my heart, my heart, you'll kill me, you'll kill me.
I'm sorry about that. If she were alive and seeing all your billboards and posters and your campaign in town, what would he say to you? Are you the first or last son or middle?
I'm the first.
First child.
Yes.
If he calls you, what would she have said to you if she were alive?
Well, she said, you're a hardcore guy, you know, because she's giving me advice to stop, and I didn't. I wanted to make a difference in society. And that day, I was joking with her, and I said, if you say they are insulting me, I also insult them. They are also people's children.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you worry about these things? It's the nature of the game, so take heart. But she couldn't.
It's good you mentioned insult, because that's what I was going to, and it's a good segue. When the name Kennedy Point is mentioned, acerbic comes to mind. He has an acerbic tongue. He insults. In fact, preparing for this interview, I decided to just do a quick Google search I just wrote Kennedy Japan insults, and the turnover was huge. I could read a number of headlines that popped up. And I'm wondering, how do you behave that way? You've insulted presidents, you've insulted chiefs, you've insulted journalists, you've insulted Afia as nigger, you've insulted members of parliament, you've insulted journalists. At least those are all the quotations. Some are in video, some are in text. As a child growing up, I was told not to insult people. You want to be president of the land. Culturally, do these insults stick with the personality you are seeking to be now?
You know what? Let me tell you something. In Ghana here, the problem we have is they always misconstrue confidence to be arrogant. I'm a confident person and I speak my mind. In plain words, I'll tell you like this. But in Ghana, even when they're going to insult you, they'll say, oh, please. Like, with all due respect to the
Sebi.
Yeah, Kuyapim and Akan, oh, Sebi, Mipa Chose, and all those things. And the result is the same. Sebi, Wejimi. Mipa Chose, we are boa. Can Japan comes and say, Wejimi, we are boa. And they think because I didn't use the word Sebi or Mipa Cho, it makes a difference. It doesn't make a difference.
But is it good to insult?
I reciprocate action.
So you are a tit-for-tat person?
Normally, yes.
If you became president and someone insults you, you take the presidential convoy and go and insult them back. Is that how you're going to behave?
You see, when you are president, you are a leader for your country and you represent your country. You cannot be talking like that. And I'll ignore most of them. I'm not even going to comment. Of late, if you have watched whatever behavior I put up, there are a lot of insults here and there, but I just ignore them.
But old habits die hard. If it's something that, and I'm a media person, and even before I started practicing journalism, when you sit on national agenda on Net2 in the past, and I've followed Net2, I've followed Oman FM, and even your newspaper, the national agenda.
Right.
I think it died later on. But and when you go to Adum FM and all these places, I remember when you were engaging the late Alhaji Baturi,
Right.
you insulted even his father, and even sounded ethnocentric when he said, when you made your first 1 million or something like to that effect, his father was a watchman or something to that effect. Did you have to go down that low?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because you see, with all due respect to you, journalists, if Ghana is going to burn, it's journalists, because most of you don't speak the truth.
Really?
Yes. Read my lips.
Explain.
In the sense that at least you should have given me benefit of the doubt to ask, is this man mad to describe Alhaji Baturi as this, and that? Nobody. All what he says. You see, I changed my attitude and began to reciprocate action, because in this country, I was here for some time, and NDC insults people and they get away with murder. I say, how can we allow a group of people to insult people and get away with murder? The first time I reciprocated action was when one NDC guy insulted President Kufuor and said he's a dumb, he cannot even speak good English and all those things. All these words that he used for President Kufuor, because he's an NDC, nobody said anything. What did Alhaji Baturi say about my family before I said that? I mean, we have to be fair. And if I ask you the question, you cannot give me answer, because, with all due respect to you, most of you are stereotyped. And most of us, we consume information without digesting it. I was responding to the accusations by Alhaji Baturi. But whatever he accused me of, nobody heard it. It is only Kenneth Japon's response. That, I think, is not fair in this country.
Are you a Christian?
I am.
I think the Bible said somewhere that let go and let God. Have you ever considered that?
The Bible also says that you should crack the whip.
So you are cracking the whip?
Yeah, sometimes, not
Even
all
though
the time.
it would come out as, you said that when you are confident, they say you're arrogant, but it will come out as you are disrespectful, you are insulting. It doesn't bother you. That's a tag that's put on your head.
It doesn't bother me, because it's the truth. I speak the truth. Ghana here, a lot of people are afraid to speak the truth. And when you speak the truth, they say you're arrogant. They say you are insulting. You mentioned Afia Schwarzenegger. I never knew her until she went on Peace FM to insult me. It was my colleague MP who told me that, what have you done to Afia Schwarzenegger? I said, who is Afia Schwarzenegger? Then he retorted, you don't even know her? I'm saying, no. I said, Ish, go and ask for the tape. The way this woman was insulting you. So I took the tape and listened to what he said. And I had to go down to her level for also to let her feel the pain that every individual that he has insulted in this country also feels.
Do you feel children who are watching you should reciprocate what you are doing? Should they learn that from you?
What you can learn everything from me, because my good things outweighs the bad things you claim to be.
In Parliament, the House had to reprimand you because
for
you insulted Parliament.
For speaking the truth.
So you see...
For speaking the truth.
So what is called insult for you is speaking the truth?
Yeah, it's the truth. Ghana, when you speak the truth, they say you are insulting.
But you see, you're a member of Parliament where language is very, very much sensitive.
And I want you to do me a favor and quote at least some of the insults.
Oh, if I were to go on, some are horrible. I don't even want to know if whether they are correct or not, but I could read some of them for you.
Yeah, read.
I have taken the burden to take a screenshot of a number of them while I look for them. Parliament reprimanded you. They said that what you did was unparliamentary. Look at some headlines. Angry Kennedy Japan insults his workers for running adverts before his interview. That's one. Kennedy Japan angrily insults Afia Schwarzenegger of arrest claims. Showers of insult. Afia Schwarzenegger blazes her gun at Kennedy Japan. IGP pardons Kennedy Japan for insults. IGP, former Inspector General of Police, Kudalo. Apparently you had insulted him and said he was an asshole. You said this on TV. That's what has been quoted as you saying. Kennedy Japan pleads with judges after TV insults. You insulted a judge, a number of judges. it doesn't end there. There are several other problems. In fact, Ghana Web has a catalog. They describe it as a dossier. Kennedy Japan insults IGP. And they have a list of people you have insulted there. They put it up there for you. Then look at them. This is Ghana Web. I am out of insults. I'm a gentleman, Kennedy Japan. That sounded like you had repented.
Who said that?
This was you, December 2016. They said you said you would stop insulting.
I haven't said that,
Okay.
which means whatever you are saying, you see, that's what I told you initially, that at least they should have given me benefit of the doubt
Okay.
to ask, why did this MP say this? All these things, they didn't bring it. And all they said is insult, insult, insult. You journalists, most of you are not fair.
Really?
Yes.
You insulted Boabin Asamoah, and he says Boabin Asamoah reacts to Kennedy Japan's insults at him. This was your former director of communication. Kennedy Japan in hot waters, judge summons him over insults. Kennedy Japan shows no mercy on baby mama, replies her insults and apology. Kennedy Japan cautioned and discharged for insulting a judge. This is another headline, myinfo.com. Kennedy Japan insults Sami Dakun, a lawyer, in court, and judge had to intervene. And it continues just by Googling
I'm
insults.
telling you, you are all biased.
How?
Biased.
Did you not
in
say
the-
these things?
What
Even
did,
quotations.
what did Sami Daku say in court?
What did he
Please.
say?
You see, I'm trying to be nice, but I know you are an intelligent journalist. I expect you also to probe into it. What did Sami Daku say in court?
What did he say, sir?
You don't know, but you are quoting
The
him.
publications from the
But I'm
reporters in
sorry,
the court.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
tell you the truth.
Yeah.
That you also have the same problem.
Okay.
Because you did not even ask what Sami Daku said, and I replied them.
Okay.
All you are quoting is what, they said he insulted Sami Daku. That boy, he can be my child. Do you know what he said? The description he gave me?
In
I
the
want
court.
you to go and find out.
Okay, but you see, the issue is that because the judge had to intervene, as a journalist, I appeal to authority in my reportage. If the judge asked you to withdraw, it means that what you said was unprintable.
But the
in
judge
court.
did not ask him to withdraw.
Usually when the judge sits...
No,
that's
I'm
an-
saying that. I'm asking you,
Yeah.
my brother. I want to prove something to you.
Right.
How journalists, some of you are so unfair, and you only consume information, and some of them, they are just diabolic. They're going to bend this country because the actual things that prevail, they will never say it. They'll just pick an issue, then just spread it, and nobody will probe into that statement. Then they will come out with their conclusions. That is not fair to me.
When you attack journalists, you own a media empire.
Yeah, so that is
Are they
why
also unprofessional?
that is why I'm fair. Let me give you one example why I sacked Justice Annan. Justice Annan insulted Vice President. Justice Annan was biased to a man who was an adjudicator for Mr. Prempeh, the former Director Controller General. He died in his estate. One Mr. Boateng has to wait. You know, this gentleman, they not even call Mr. Boateng for his side of the story. He made series of publications against this man. When we had this election at the stadium, I know the man. I went there to greet him. The way the man behaved, he embarrassed me. I said, oh, what? And he won't listen to me. Oh, yeah, you did it. And I'm saying, I don't even know what you are talking about. Later on, I went to find out from Oman FM and Netu that they had even taken the matter to court. Media Commission has asked Justice Annan to apologize to the man, and he refused. According to the man, somebody at my media stations told him that I am the one behind it for Justice Annan to destroy him, which I didn't even know about it.
It was not true.
No, I did not even know about it. So I realized, no, I can lose good friends. Although I'm contesting the vice president, I will not stand anywhere and insult him. Whether I like it or not, he's the vice president.
You campaign for him.
Right. And if you follow the trend, there's nowhere I have insulted the vice president. Again, this nobleman that really likes me, I like him. His daughter's wedding, I was there, only for him to embarrass me. So I decided to verify. And when I verified, they gave me the report from Media Commission. So I said, this thing can go on. You see, he destroyed the man, and he was so hurt. This is the problem I have. So if the person is working for me, and he's not doing the right thing, and I'm not able to check him, how would I have the courage even to say something to you if you also do something wrong? So I think we have to be fair to everybody.
But the approach you use, you don't think that sometimes you let your emotions take the better side of your judgment? Does that not?
Well, what approach is that?
The approach that I
Yeah,
mean,
you see, let me tell you,
in
Ghana
Parliament, just to say, in Parliament, when you say the least word, the Speaker would ask you to withdraw. They say it's unparliamentary, which means that Parliament is a house of decorum. We watch you in the well. We see how you people speak. The least word you use against your colleague, even if it's a gesture. Recently, the Speaker had to ask your colleague to withdraw. Do you not think that you should replicate that also on the public scene so that we make progress and have decency or decorum?
You see, you use the word decency and decorum. Is decency applies to everybody, or it applies to a section or a group of people in this country, and other groups are not? You know, so we have to be careful. I'll tell you, I always reciprocate action. And before I come out, you would have done it for several times that I don't even say anything. So one day, when I come out, the public, the society, everywhere, because it's Kenya Japan, they have a news. That I think is not fair.
Okay.
If we really want to develop this country, we should all build this. Have confidence, bold, honest, sincere, discipline, and change this country. But a situation where when you respond to somebody's allegation, somebody's insult, and they ignore
what was said against
what
you.
was said against you and reprimand you for what you have said, I think it's wrong.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.